Hello, I'm here. Let me stop the music now for a second. Hello, and welcome to another stream. It's been a little bit, but as you can see from the title of the stream, yeah, I had to make sure I titled it correctly. Yes, from the title of the title of the stream, um, it's the 1 year anniversary of my server. And technically, I'm having two anniversaries, and this is the first one. The first one today is when I launched the server, but that's not necessarily when I invited people. The day that I invited people was uh, October 26th, I think, and I'm gonna have a technically a more proper anniversary for that. That's kind of the one that because this one kind of came up a bit fast on me. I didn't realize because I've been so busy. Um, where is my game capture? Come on, capture Minecraft. Okay. Yeah, so this kind of crept up on me because I was very busy and I didn't seem to have a reminder on my phone for some reason about it. So that also was annoying. I'm going to turn on the music for the game. Oh, wait, it's here. Um, so yeah, it crept up on me, and so I didn't really have time to plan anything specific. I was kind of hoping maybe on the next one, I can maybe do more of a tour. But this one, we're not really doing a tour. We're just going to be hanging out. Um, and some people might pop in. I let them know that I'd be streaming. I kind of technically had plans to stream twice today, which was this stream right now, and then to get on for a much later stream. Um, and not 100% sure if that'll happen. I woke up with a sore throat. So depending on how I am by the end of the stream, I may not do that, but I will still be playing on the server regardless, which doesn't matter to anyone who's watching. um, but yeah, it's been shockingly, it's been 1 year already, and can't really believe that because it just feels like it hasn't been that long. Um, and yeah, I don't have any super specific plans. I mean, it's just going to be building, you know. Um, and it's been a while since I really tried to focus on anything on a stream on this server. So there's a lot of stuff I could do. Let's think about how many unfinished projects I have for a moment. Got my nether portal inside, which like I really love the idea of that. So like I don't know, I'd love to do it, but it's just one of those things that's a really small priority, especially because people don't see it. The idea was to move the enchanting table from there into there to make some kind of like cool immersive nether inside of the portal. But this has been sitting here, and also I like the building. I don't know what else I'd use it for. Then we have this house right here. This is supposed to be a boat shop that I was making just for fun aesthetic because kind of fitting for the anniversary, I guess, is that we when we first started playing, we didn't have elytra or anything. Um, we what is it? Nope. Oh, he's gone. Okay. Um, when we first started playing, we didn't have elytra. We had all this ice here, and it was like a really great way to get around with boats. And so for quite a while, we just like only got around with boats, which honestly is still fun. Like I kind of that's something that I kind of wish didn't change because of the elytra is like traveling on foot, which is something that I was like kind of considering trying to combat for myself by getting those mules, which I have not gone back to in a bit. Um, ow. Um, and like just not flying everywhere. So that was a fun part of the early season, which I kind of wish I was able to recreate now instead of just getting so used to the elytra. But thought it would be a nice callback to make a little boat shop with a little dock and stuff. So that's something I was trying to work on, but I've been so conflicted on the palette for this place. Um, like so conflicted. I was starting this, look of like rotted wood, this and this, which I really liked, but now I'm like unsure about this. I wanted bricks because it felt like it would be a fun texture. Should be said I'm using a texture pack, so it looks a bit nicer. It also connects with the other blocks. Um, and then I was like, no, I'll just do a basic brick and oak wood, which I think I want to do. But then I also realized this stupid part of the building. Typically, when um, when it comes to like larger buildings, like the one that I did for the dig down server, um, you put like the topper floor, the top floor, you where's my stuff? Let me just try and make it more obvious. You want this to come out a bit, um, like give it an overhang. Um, but this building shape isn't good for that, and I'm kind of I'm not sure I like the shape of this building anymore, which is annoying. I think I just need to kind of replan the shape of this building because I need like an overhang. I wanted an outside overhang for where like it would look like there's construction of the boats and stuff. And then this was going to be an expanded dock. Like I was going to have more stuff leading out here. I don't know. I didn't want this building to be tiny because so many of my buildings are tiny here. I wanted this to be a little bit bigger, but maybe not this big. I guess maybe something a bit more compact, and I'll try and use some other details to flesh it out. But, anyways, that's one thing I have not finished. This is more recent, but um, I also don't know how to do the roof on this. I don't know how I would do the roof. Um, but yeah, so that's one thing. And then we have my tower, which you may also notice the weird bridge that I made is gone. The pathway down is gone. Which is something that I might work on today because that really skinny pathway was for a different tower design when I first made it. Like that was one of the earliest things I worked on. Um, the um, this pathway. I don't know if I have like, you know what? I might have like and let me also just mention something. Uh, yeah, I just wanted to mention in my server that I might randomly jump out to go and find my early SMP. Yes, this is October 2022. I don't know exactly what I had done on this one, but it's a very early one, obviously. Uh, okay, I think I know where I am and what's going on. Okay, so yeah, let's take a little bit of a flashback to what was going on here. Is this the direction back? I'm kind of turned around from where I was. So this is very early of the server, October 3rd, obviously, almost a full year ago, but it was before anyone else had joined the server. Other than like two of my friends, um, those dirt blocks that are sitting there are not random. Those were for the pathway that I was gonna make. Like that was the path to the skeleton spawner that I found. We'll go that way afterwards, but let's go actually back to 00 to where we started, which you will see that there's like next to nothing here because it's that early in the server. So uh, I wish I could like have these up side by side, but yeah, this is the early part of the server. zero zeros around there, I think. But I terraformed quite a bit of this land, as you can see. I basically connected that whole area and filled it in, so that I could have more building space. Um, don't know what that is down there. Spawn portal location. That is not where it went. I don't even remember that. That was a spawn portal location, which the design that I had in mind was still the same as what it ended up being. It was going to be that, like, big, covered in snow thing. I was going to put it there, and have it more worked into the mountain right there, but that didn't happen. It is kind of an awkward location, mostly when I started realizing we were going to travel by boats. Um, and yeah, so that didn't work. Obviously, tons and tons of trees cleared out. There was a bit more terraforming I did here, as well. I think I might have done some here, but just so many trees gone. There's a house there right now. There's a building over here, over there. There's shops over here. There's a lot of stuff, and then none of this happened. We had a trail to go all the way back here to what we considered the farm area. That was not a thing. You know what? Did Toad have a place here already? No. This is where Toad, one of the earliest people, had his first little spot, a little hole there. Then I had some of my old stuff, my cave. Basically, again, no terraforming very early. Literally only a few weeks into the server. I think Olive might have had a place. Yes, Olive did have a place. I think they might have actually been like the first person to get on the server aside from me. So Olive has a place there, but that is all that is on the server. The earliest download, I think it was actually the first backup that I made and put up for download. Um, I have other backups. I don't know how much I have on this game. They're on my other computer for the um where the servers are actually saved. Let's take a quick look. SMP January 2023. That's a bit later. So not too much later. I would love to have the other ones, but at the very least, the October 2022 one is probably the earliest you will get. um, because yeah, that's definitely the first one that I put up for download. So I can't remember exactly when it was that I put that path. Kind of forgot I wasn't in creative for a moment. Um, yeah, I can't remember, but it was definitely early. Uh, and it was like that because I was hoping I would have the one where I had my first tower work in progress, but basically, kind of gonna do a lot of reminiscing in this stream. Um, Basically, where this tiny little skinny path went up, I was gonna have a white tower right here, which is actually why there's like this, this, like, I don't know, divot in the wall here. It's clean, very clean, because there was a white tower there that went up, kind of up to here. It was not gonna go there. It was tiny little tower. And then I got more ambitious. Whether or not that's a good thing, I don't know. um, and so it moved from that, which I do like this tower being removed. I like this entrance because it kind of just like prior, it just kind of like completely covered this and it just looked kind of awkward. And I had other things I wanted to add that just like didn't really fit. Like I was gonna have another room there, and the tower being so skinny made it really hard to add other things that were a bit bigger because it just seemed wrong. Um, so I kind of am glad I just have this cave hole here. But now I have this completely not existent tower that I have not worked on like at all. So, but I had to get rid of this path, and so my plan that I might start working on today, but I'll have to get some supplies on, is I want to terraform like all of this properly with like grass and stuff, dirt and all that, because I just feel like, well, for one, the bridge that I had was incredibly unintuitive. I never used it. It kind of sucked to walk on, and so I just never used it. And so that's one thing. And then secondly, it'll just be easier to like get up to my place if it's just like a hill. And I think it'll look nicer. Are there any mobs here? No. Okay. This way, I think. But yeah, so like having just like a normal hill to walk up will be much easier. And because that whole cliff is just very sheer, it's not really easy to walk on. So yeah, I think that'll be a good idea. And I'll have to. I don't really know exactly how I'll shape it. So like, this will probably be an experimenting day, which also means I'll be covering up my original mine shaft. Maybe I'll make like a hole to it. I don't know. Taking a minute to load here. Oh, this is this is the wrong thing. Where did I go? Thought this was the nether portal for the end. Or was this... Ah, this was, I think, for the blaze spawner. Whoops. I did not look. And I forgot that portal's kind of useless. It's not like... It's not, like, actually useful, but... Right. It was this way. Ow. But yeah, so, that's one thing. Obviously, the one other thing that I am considering working on, at some point soon, maybe not on stream, is, the arena basement, because I don't think I've been back there on stream, but there is a lot of stuff, a lot of supplies. I asked people to donate weapons and armor and stuff, and there's more than enough sitting there. And I definitely got to do something with that. So, so yeah, that's something I got to work on. Is the basement for sure, which like it shouldn't be that difficult. It's just that I need to dig out a ton of sand, and outside of the sand, there's also a lot of stone that's sitting there too. So like it's kind of annoying. Um, so that's an issue. Which yeah, like that's something I want to do eventually, because obviously the arena is something that we would use, and I would like to actually do that because it'd be fun. But it's been sitting there for quite a few months now. Oh, I wasn't even holding this. Yeah, so that's another thing. I think that might be it in terms of like unfinished builds that I have. The other technically unfinished thing is the donkeys and the mules. But man, that is a tedious thing. But there's one plus, which is the signs. You can edit the signs now, which will help in terms of like probably being able to organize them. So I would like to get back on that. Probably remake my stable or kind of reorganize it. I think I do just need to also start killing horses and stuff, because I have quite a few that aren't really that good. And I need to just start killing them because they take up space. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. I think this is clogged up again, which is no surprise. Yeah. Yep. Okay. But yeah, so donkey thing would be fun to get back on, just because it's a very interesting experiment. It's just just very tedious and maybe not the most interesting thing to watch, especially because I do it while also, you know, entering data in the spreadsheet. So the streams can be a little slow, but then it's also very boring by myself. So either way, I believe though I need to get a lot of dirt, um, which is the problem with the terraforming idea right now is getting dirt. I'll have to see. I don't know how much I have. Uh, yeah, I got that. Is that dirt? Dirt? No, that's coarse dirt. So I don't have dirt there. Um, dirt? No dirt. No dirt. I don't think I have any dirt. Do I seriously have like 0 dirt? None of these are empty. That's heads. Might have some at the build down here. Maybe. You can see the huge difference in the server now. It's very obvious. Dirt, dirt. There's some dirt. There's some. This is obviously not going to be enough because terraforming always takes a lot more dirt than you realize. Dirt. I think I should just like go out and fill a shulker box with dirt. Gotta put that wood away. So I think we'll just go out and get some dirt, because why not? Hold on, let me. Yeah, okay, we need quite a few stacks still. Question is, where am I gonna go get dirt? Do I have a bed with me? Nah, that's fine. I'll just grab this one. Okay. We're not gonna go that far. I don't want to, like, travel forever. Oh, don't have rockets. So yeah, why not do some dirt digging and then we'll come back and terraform. I would like to make progress on this base considering it's been a solid year and I haven't done anything, and I just took out more of what I was doing. Um, uh, rockets. Okay, let's get going. I would like to just find a open plain, which is actually surprisingly hard to do because it's all snowy over here. All snowy over here, and I don't want to be digging up snowballs. And this is too close, obviously. I'm not going to just dig this all up. I don't think any of the nether portals we have actually go to, oh, there's a horse. I don't think I get the stats if I don't have a... Oh, oh, it's not tamed. Hey, get back here. Hold up. You seem kind of fast. Hold on, I might need to, like, take this guy. Yeah, I can't check its speed. Okay, I'm gonna, because my donkeys are pretty close. Um, I don't think I'll need the coordinates. Hold on, I want to check this guy out. Set in distraction. But, I'm really close to where my horses and stuff are, so I can easily get this guy. If he's good. Hello, my beloved donkey mule. Where's my freaking saddles? I don't know, but I'm gonna take this. Like, that guy felt surprisingly fast. So, where were you? Ah, yes, over here. Come over here. Come over here. Okay, jump is really bad. Really, really bad. This is an 11. That's surprising. I don't remember what I have, but I'm gonna take him. Okay, so I'll have to, lead him up. That's surprising speed. And for a wild horse, that's pretty crazy. The jump is freaking terrible, though. 2.4. That's bad. Still, we could get a really fast horse out of this. What are my... Let's see. Trying to figure out my... There we go. That's a nice one. um, oh, it's... Hold on. Okay. I had my cinematic thing on. Yeah, this guy is really fast. I'll have to check if I have any of the fast horses out that I can just check real quick. um, yeah, that's a bad jump. Let's see. I'll put him in here for now. I don't have time. I don't have time to really do anything with this. Oh, this guy has a bed. I wonder if I can see. Oh yeah, this is a 13. Jesus Christ, I didn't realize it got that high with these guys. 13 speed. Well, the 11's fine. I'll keep him anyways. Maybe do something with him. You never know it. Jesus. I should get back on this because, like, 13 freaking speed. This is 11. Yeah, this guy has more speed than the horse, actually, that I got. So, but he only has a 2.8 jump still. Anyways. Let's keep going to try and find a place I can get some dirt. There's a few houses over here, as you can see. Yeah, one of the things is I don't think we have any nether portals that kind of go to a place with dirt that's just like dirt, open dirt. A lot of the time it's our portals seem to go to the oceans or to caves or the deserts, because especially the deserts, because they're so far away. So it's just sand. Or they're biomes that like are really annoying to get dirt from. Like these places that are full of trees, it's like I want a plains biome, please. I also haven't been like searching for the armor trims in quite a while. I think we have like a lot of them at a shop at Spawn. However, I have yet to get any of them. Oh, do I not have my special texture pack on for making my armor look less obtrusive? Yeah, that one. That one is what I wanted. Cool. Yeah, I like these resource packs that make the armor less bad. um like I usually would have figure on, which would get rid of my armor, but I know everyone else can see it, or I see everyone else's armor and it's just like kind of annoying. Let's sleep. This might be a decent place to get some dirt. It's not like that far, but you know, it's it's far enough. It's always so satisfying. It's always so satisfying uh getting a ton of grass like this. I'm gonna turn up my sound a tad. I don't know if I'll ever figure out the right sound settings for myself. I feel like every single stream I'm trying to tweak it. What was the last thing I was doing? Can't remember if my last stream was Lisa or the Spore one. I think it was a Spore one. Um, yeah, so I don't know how much I'm gonna stream still. That was kind of like most of my streams have kind of been like, oh, I gotta do this, so I don't know. I guess I'll stream it. Um, uh, and I have a lot of things that I am like doing, just like not even like real life things, just like work projects and stuff. Um, hold on a second. 1 minute. Oh, I don't think I mentioned what the song was at the beginning of the stream. It was what's the name? It is a song from the Adolan OST, track 18, Walking the Ice Trail. Wanted to mention it because that game is so underrated and not well known. uh, yeah, that was the song at the beginning of the stream. Anyways, yeah, I've been like working on stuff, just not Minecraft stuff necessarily. The server, because well, the main thing was that, let's see, August. Yeah, okay, so June was when I had my game jam, which that was fun, but it was a lot. And so after the game jam, I was like, okay, I need to take a break, like kind of just let myself chill and not really think about too much. So I wasn't even really doing anything on the Minecraft server for a bit. Um, but then in August was the Dig Straight Down, um, which I remember last year it happened, but I was like a bit too late to joining the Discord server of the people who did it, so I didn't get to do it. Um, and I really wanted to do that because it was, with a streamer group, and I was like, yeah, I'll do this, and it's kind of like a good opportunity sort of deal. I don't stream a lot, but it would be nice to do because other people stream it, and you know, streamer groups and whatnot are nice to have. Um, the technically quote unquote group streamer group of Dig Straight Down, it's like kind of a loose thing. in the sense that, like, you know, I'm not labeling myself under the group's name, and I don't think most of them are at all. It's just that we happen to be in a Discord server together, so, you know, you can make friends and talk to more people and stuff like that, which is great. So that's kind of why I wanted to do that. And, but that was a whole month-long thing, and again, much like the game jam, it was only a month, and so that meant that, I had to, you know, do it for the entire month, and kind of focus on it. Maybe I should have brought, like, more than one shulker box, but I'll do this one, and maybe come back for more. Yeah, so that was a month long, and that was only a month, so it's like, I had two back-to-back things that were, like, pressured 1 month things. And so after Dig Straight Down, I was kind of, like, exhausted again. And, so, like, then I was just... And also, I was definitely burnt out on Minecraft, because I had played it for, like, the entire month as much as I could. Even then, it was not as much as it could have been, I don't think, but... But yeah, so yeah, that's kind of why I've been a little slow. I've been kind of just doing stuff for myself and chill stuff, and not really streaming stuff, because streaming is kind of like, it's a whole other thing, you know. It's exhausting in its own way. It's like quote unquote work, even though it's not my job, which is why it's like I don't do it as much. So I'm not making a living out of this. It is just for fun. Boy, I really do love breaking this dirt. Most satisfying thing. But yeah, so I was, you know, gonna kind of explain a little bit more, but yeah, so right now the Minecraft server is just something I'm trying to keep neutral and not something I want to just stream constantly. There's a hard balance though, because, like, it's kind of like, there's motivation that comes from streaming sometimes. I'm gonna fly back because, kind of want to get more shulker boxes. Let's see, am I going the right way? Okay, this way. But yeah, I obviously get motivation from streaming, or maybe it's less so motivation, but it's kind of like when you stream, you just kind of do stuff mindlessly, and so, you know, things like gathering dirt are kind of like an easy task to do suddenly because you got a stream to talk to. And so that's, like, you know, kind of why it's nice to stream. Whose place was this? Is this... I forgot that this was out here. I think this is Menace, maybe? I don't know if their name is down here. I totally forgot this is out here because I hardly ever fly by it somehow. Kind of forgot, it's very cool. Not a lot of people are, like, that far from spawn, or this far from spawn. Huh. I haven't been here in a while. I don't know if they've worked on it recently. We will have to do a proper stream of touring the server on the next anniversary. I kind of just need to make sure I actually have everyone's... What the heck is going on here? What is... This is... Huh? The chunk error? That's interesting. I know I delete chunks sometimes, but this is a weird one. It's just a big square of water. Really weird. Plus, like, a giant cave. Well, okay. Some fun distractions. Going the right way still? Yeah. But yeah, so that's That's one thing I would like to do, but I want to make sure I have everyone's coordinates, or as many as I possibly can. I was making like a list of people's bases, but I kind of haven't kept up with that. uh, so I want to make sure I know where people's bases are if they're not at spawn before I actually go and do a tour, because I won't know where everyone is. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of bases near spawn. I know a couple people are not at spawn. Like Mathia's really far out, but not everyone who has a base away from spawn has a portal to their base. So no, weird. It's funny, as much as there's just endless spruce forests and snow. I still kind of like am able to recognize when I'm getting closer to home. Let's see. Kind of went off course a little bit. Salem. My dog's here, of course. She's sad that I'm streaming, as always. Um, but yeah, so I'm trying to just keep Minecraft as a not streaming thing for a bit. I feel like I ran into that problem in the past too, where I felt this way, that like playing Minecraft only on stream was kind of making it hard for me to just play casually when everyone else on the server was playing, which I don't really want to miss out on. Is this where? I think this is where the spawner is, maybe? It's somewhere around here, I'm not going to look for it. Yeah, because that's where I made a little tunnel. My dog is just... She just wants to do things. um, you can never hear her, but she's always doing so much behind me. Okay. I don't even know if I have a bed in my own base, actually. I think I took the bed from my base and just, like, took it out to where I was building. Should probably make another. Do I have another already? I should actually, like, make a nice colored bed, too. I don't ever really color them anymore. What color should I make it? What do I have? Green, blue. Yeah. Um, do I actually have... Is this just carpet, or... Yeah, it's just carpet. Now, where's my wool? There we go. Oh, do I need more blue dye? Never, like, dyed wool. Oh, man. And can I make... Is light blue a color? Bro, I don't know anything about anything. Light gray. White. Yes. I never, like, really do this. Oh, wait, can I just... Oh, I can just use dye. I didn't realize that. I thought you had to have the wool. Okay, well, you learn something new every day, even though you've been playing the game for 12 years or whatever. Put that away. Okay, yeah, let's put a little bed. Green bed probably would have fit very well, but... Nice, I have a bed. This little area, this, like, little, like, cove was supposed to be, like, my bedroom, and I just haven't done anything with it. Uh, I should. It's a cute little thing. I love how there's just like an open window here. The one problem is that I gotta make sure it's actually lit up there because one time when I was just like sleeping, there was a creeper right near me, so that was not good. Okay, I was supposed to pick up more shulkers. Maybe you can like start building this thing and wait, did I think I put my shulker box in here by accident? Yes, I did. We can start building this and kind of like get an idea as to maybe how I'm gonna shape it or something. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm gonna take a look back actually. I think I'll sit on Toad's house first, maybe. So this zooms like a little too much. uh, so the one thing is like right now I keep going up this little path here, like this little staircase of dirt. I don't go up that side much, but I guess the idea is that I want to make sure I can just easily walk up it instead of just, going up the side specifically. Um, so obviously I'm going to build like a staircase of dirt downwards. I'm just trying to figure out how far I want it to go. Obviously I want it to look as natural as possible. So I'm thinking that it'll probably extend out the most here and just kind of like wrap around the sides, which like I don't think it's going to cover the entire beacon right there. I'll probably have to move it and take it out, but yeah, let's see. Yeah, let's start shaping. Yeah, the side is wider, so I want to make sure this remains wider. I just got to make sure it looks natural while also making sure it's not hard to climb. Let's go to this side. Yeah, this side is very skinny. I've not really done this kind of amount of terraforming before. I feel like I really got to move this actually. So let's do that. This was in my inside my cave, and I don't know why I took it out. I think it was because I was trying to build more of my tower or something. I don't know what the radius is for these things when it comes to like the like vertical axes. So I know like there was a certain point where it wasn't affecting me if I put it too high or too low. I always forget how much iron this stuff takes. And yes, I will probably be leaving this terraforming hollow for the most part. I don't think I'm going to make it entirely hollow. Like, I might put like a second layer underneath it because one of my anxieties is always that like a creeper will blow it up and I'll fall through and that would suck. Now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna move this. I don't know if I want to put it in my tower area or not. Okay. I'll figure out where to put it later. I don't really need I don't really need haste while I'm putting blocks down, especially dirt. So I'll just leave that there for now. Right, so I feel like I might want to take this out a little more. Maybe even like go from there, because I don't know, it might just be nice to have a bigger slope. It's not like I'm gonna go right up there, but like a little platform to go there and go there, just kind of like fill in this already existing shape, while this part can come out, because like obviously this is already really steep and I don't want it to be steep all the way down. It just feels like it would be wrong, because there's layers. There's always layers when it comes to the generation in the game. Um, just checking things. I'm hoping I'll be able to stream late at night too, because I never stream late at night, and there's always like a different chance of who might be on and watching the stream. And I have a lot of friends who, work during the day, obviously, and they don't get to see me stream or even just play on the server earlier in the day, depending on the day of the week. Of course, it is Saturday, so let's just throw some of that down and see. Let's fly up a little bit. It's hard to see. It's hard to see it. I feel like this is something that once I put this down, then I might be reshaping the rest of this landscape as well. But I'm going to start doing this second layer here, because I think this will help, because I'm kind of trying to shape it around what already exists. Like I did do terraforming for this area entirely, because I cut all of that out. I got rid of some of the ice there. Which is kind of why I don't like doing hollow spaces, because it's hard for me to envision the terraforming, you know. So I may end up using a lot of dirt. I feel like I would need to have a light Matica thing going on. Already, it's like seeing the grass start to grow, you're like, oh yeah. Yeah, I get it. I think this is looking fine. Just gotta do more layers first to actually know. Get some torches in my hand too, because I know I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna start going from this side as well. I think my entrance area will definitely be from here. I just got to make sure I really plan out the steps up to this. It may take a lot more terraforming, which one of the problems with the little bridge that I had was that I kind of formed it to where I just didn't have an opportunity to get rid of the terraforming. But now I actually have more of a opportunity to like get rid of some of this weird terraforming and stuff, actually make it look a bit more like I want it to. So yeah, that'll be nice. My one plan for this area was always to make it look really lush, but that's just so much more terraforming work. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it, honestly, because the problem with that is the fact that that there's snow everywhere. There's snow everywhere, and that means I would have to have a ton of light sources hidden in order to make that snow not exist. And in the end, you still have this bluish green color whenever you put down things that have leaves or grass or whatever. Um, and yes, I know the acacia or azalea leaves are green no matter what, but you know, I like having variety for textures, and yeah, and so this grass color and the way that it affects the biome, kind of a shame. I don't really want to have to deal with that because I feel like it would also look very bad if I could do it for like the front of this base, but then you still got the rest of this covered in snow and everything else around it, because it's like at that point, I feel like I'd have to cover the entire mountain. I don't want to do that. So the inside, though, I want to make it look lush. I just don't really want to do the outside anymore. And I also hate to say it, but I kind of want to redo my plans for the tower. Honestly, the other problem with it too is I don't even think I can live in it, which, like, sure, I got the entire cave to live in, but my plan was to be able to live in it, like inside it, and then the rest of the cave just being a really open space that I decorate. Not like a bedroom with stuff and all that. So, yeah, I don't know exactly that I want to do that, but at the same time, the cave would be more spacious. And I just think maybe I'll just minimize the size of the tower. I don't know. I'm very indecisive, as you can see. I have not worked on it at all, but I keep redoing the idea for it. So I think I should just tell myself to make it. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot more dirt, which I know would be less if I wasn't filling in the entire thing. When it comes to terraforming at all, it's like kind of important to remember how Minecraft generation happens, because sometimes it is right up to the edge of some blocks. It doesn't really, like, it is like one block in between a lot of it. So it's not bad to have it get right up to the edge there. So let's see. Let's start putting some over here. And that's all the dirt in my hands. Okay, I actually still have a lot more than I realized. Try this side again. I think that's probably good. I actually need to use the bathroom real quick, so I'm gonna do that. Just get in my cave. Here's to hoping no monsters creep up on me. There's like, must be like a spot that is close enough to me That is just dark enough because I've had like one instance where a creeper snuck up on me and I don't know how. Uh, yeah, anyways, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Yeah, the only part I've ever had done of this is like, and actually, this part of the tower isn't even done. This is not done at all. The one thing this is missing is actually a lot of slabs and stairs, which is why there's a lot of like obvious holes here. I didn't actually finish this, and also there's that chunk that's, I don't know why that's like that actually. But no, there's actually a lot of parts of this that are missing still, especially the texturing. There was some other kinds of blocks in here, like the moss and all that, and never got that all the way down. That's something I could at least do. But yeah. Anyways, let's eat some food. Go back to putting our dirt down. The one thing I also intended to do was add some trees around here, which I do want to do that still. However, I was planning on putting custom trees, and the only reason I don't know if I want to do that is because I don't really like having the custom trees right next to all the normal trees. Mostly because my custom trees were going to be like not made out of wood, and they look really cool, but you know, I don't really know. I don't really know if I want to put them here. I might just grow some normal spruce trees, maybe some like taiga trees. So some like really big ones. I don't know. We'll see. I might just make them myself too, anyways. Just like make them very close to the vanilla trees. Okay, so that looks fine, I think. Yeah, that's looking pretty normal. Yeah. Okay, let's start with our next row. And I feel like once I get all the layers up, that I will start changing things a lot. That's kind of how that works. Um, I feel like, you know, Minecraft is a good game to just talk about things with, so I'll just kind of just keep talking about stuff while we place dirt down, because there's nothing better to do when you place dirt. As I was kind of saying a little earlier too, how I was working on things that are not Minecraft related, and and I know that I had already talked about the game jam thing. I don't know if I think I've done some streams since that, but I think they were just during the dig straight down, probably. And not really specifically trying to promote the game that I made. It's very simple. So like, you know, I don't really, it's not something I'm like super, you know, like please go play it and buy my game kind of deal. It's just that was something that like I very happy that I did, even if I'm like not, you know, I'm not going crazy about what I made because it was so simple. But that's something I'm kind of trying to focus on now is this whole idea of like making games, because I've always been in a weird place when it comes to like stuff I want to make, because as a creative person who's tried a lot of different mediums, it's hard trying to figure out what I actually want to do, because it's like there's so many different ways to make things, and I don't know like which way I want to make things, basically. And this I want to make this go inwards a bit more. So it's like been really hard to be like, okay, do I want to make games? Do I want to just draw and make comics? So like it's just one of those things. And like of course the other thing too is you got to learn how to do the thing before you can do it. And when it comes to the mediums I don't know, it can be really hard to be like trying to do the thing that I think would be really. Where's my where did I put that red bed? Is it no? Because I had the red bed, and I also had the not red bed. Ow. Okay, well I'll just use this one. But yeah, so that's always like the one problem that I face is like trying to figure out what kind of medium I want to put things in, because what I do know how to do is draw and write. I can do art and I can draw. I can draw things. I can draw characters, and I can write stuff. But I don't know how to do a lot of other things that I think are cool. Like, first off, not even just games related, but just like I wanted to make 3D models. At least I thought like 3D modeling would be cool, because even if I'm not like making games out of it or something, 3D models alone are like a really cool thing. Um, and I think it would just be neat to have my characters in that form, because like that is such a cool form to have your stuff existing in. It's kind of like the most real feeling way. Uh, Hold up, I started doing this on uh the wrong layer. Technically, like I just started like doing this third layer. Anyways, but yeah, why was I like, what was I doing? Why did I just like start over here and then just like not connect it? Gotta change the tab. Anyways, the thing about like going and venturing into something I don't do, like 3D modeling, is that I gotta learn it. And learning it is kind of where, you know, I kind of get stuck. Not sure if not sure if I want that. Is that good? I'm just gonna fill this in and see how it feels. Anyways, yeah, so gotta learn the 3D modeling, and that's kind of where things get hard, because obviously learning things is hard. But myself in particular, I have like learning issues, like mental issues, and so it's incredibly hard for me to like remember things when I do learn them. Like I can focus on it really hard, like hyper focus. I can learn it in like a short amount of time, but the moment I take any kind of break from it, I'm done for. It's like I gotta learn it all over again, literally. What was? Oh, there's mobs coming out of there sometimes. I don't really know why. Where are they coming from? Let's check my light levels. Like, where are they? Oh, wait. Who dug this? I don't remember this being down here. Who dug this? Oh, hi. This, I guess they're coming from all the way down here. Some, like, Herobrine shit right here. I don't know who dug this, and it's all dark. Like, why would you dig this and make it all dark? What's going on here? What is... There's a torch, one torch down here. Little sidetrack, but guess that explains where those mobs are coming from. Huh. Guess someone was digging for deep slate. It's just weird that oh, you know what? I think I know why. I think I actually remember this. I think it might have been me who was trying to get deep slate, and I think I maybe had like the gamma thing on, so I didn't actually think about the fact that it was dark. That would probably explain the mobs and the no torches thing. Okay, well, I'll put one more there. It's really weird that they were spawning in there and just crawling all the way up to find me. Like they were pathing from that far away. Kind of weird. Uh, anyways, as I was saying, yeah, the problem would be that I would like, learn the thing in like a week, be like super excited to do things, and then like I wouldn't actually do a ton of stuff right away, because actually doing stuff so fast is kind of a burnout, and I don't always have my own original ideas just ready to be made. Usually, if I have ideas of things I want to make, I might know how to do some of the basic 3D modeling stuff, but I have no practice of actually doing it. So actually trying to go and tackle the very ambitious idea I have doesn't really happen, of course. This is looking pretty good. And so yeah, like, I can't do the thing that I really want to do because that means, well, I gotta practice how to do it first because no one can do that immediately. And so yeah, that just leads me to not being able to do the thing that I want to do really bad because I don't know how to actually do it yet. And so then I don't work on it, and then so I don't do anything. And then by like the next week, I've just forgotten how to do everything. I might manage to like make one thing, but obviously it's a really, simple thing. And so yeah, that's the problem. And so 3D modeling was one of those things that I was like, man, this is so cool. Like I really want to make 3D modeling, and my brother got really into 3D modeling instead of 2D artwork. And it's really cool stuff, I want to make stuff like that too. But it's like obviously it takes a lot of work to do that stuff. And so yeah, I just haven't gotten on the 3D modeling train. Whoop. And so instead, like, I've kind of been sitting here like, well, what else? What other kind of medium do I want to do? Because aside from 3D modeling alone, I think making games like I've been playing more video games lately than like watching TV shows or movies. And that's kind of been having me think a lot more on the idea that video games are probably my favorite form of art. And so like I just keep thinking about the fact that there's just so much you can do with video games. They're very unique for their format, the fact that you interact directly with the world in a way that you cannot do with TV shows or movies or books or whatever, makes them very special, and it's also why I love video games the most out of all kinds of media. And so And I've always had interest in like coding, like the video game related coding. Coding is again one of those things that I'll face the same problem for, where I learn it real fast or like learn the basics because there's a lot to coding. I learn the basics real quick and then I like am not able to put it into use and then so I forget it. um, and the only time that hasn't really happened is with HTML and CSS, but like HTML and CSS is one of those things that is so simple that if I forget something, I can easily just Google like, oh, how do I make this div container float in the center? And then I remember I go and search it up, and it's like, oh, use this and this, stupid things like that. Like HTML and CSS isn't like you're doing math or something, and so yeah, it's so basic. That's something that I've definitely pretty much kept in my head. It's also one of those things that you kind of just like if you grew up on the internet and we're on like forums and websites and stuff, you kind of just learn it from that. Anyways, but yeah, I've always had interest in video games. I think for like a long time, video games felt like one of those things that like was too hard to ever do. Um, and like it sounds silly because there's a lot of indie devs who like make games on their own, but a lot of the time it's like in my head I'm like I don't know. It's like that just doesn't seem possible. I don't think I can do it for no real reason. And so I just never really thought about it, which is funny too because like regardless of knowing how to code, I did like game dev class, and sure we used like freaking Scratch, of course. We used Scratch, and I think part of me was like, well, that's so baby basic kind of program. I didn't learn anything from it, and like, yeah, I didn't really learn anything from it. Like maybe if I had a proper instructor kind of explaining things, then maybe I would have. But our teacher wasn't really like teaching us that hard about the functions and how it relates to coding. It was kind of just like, here's the basics of this new function, make a game with it. So we didn't really learn too much. I'm not so sure if this is going to reach to the top properly. Maybe, I don't know. So Scratch, that was something we used. And also there was a point where a lot of us were just cheating. uh, like there was something I don't know if you can still do it, but there was a standalone Scratch program where you could download Scratch projects from the website, and and when you did, it took away all the credits from that person. And the thing about our Scratch class was that it wasn't new. They had taught the same exact thing years prior, and those groups that existed for those previous like years of the same class, they existed still. We weren't exactly stealing from those students, but those projects still existed in other forms, and so like basically, because they all literally looked identical, because we were often instructed to use like the same graphics and stuff, so like there wasn't much else going on there, so it didn't really matter if you were stealing from other people. And so yeah, we kind of just like would download, some of us, not everyone obviously, but it was just like such a poorly taught class that yeah, kind of just was like, we don't really care about Scratch. And so yeah, we do that thing where we downloaded the projects and then re-exported them with the standalone one, and then had no credits on it from the original person. So yeah. Listen, I don't care about talking about cheating. Like, I think a lot more people cheat than they like to admit. And I certainly did, because I struggle with school a lot, so I was like, well, I don't want to fail school, so I'd cheat. The one thing about that class as well was that we kind of learned C++, but not really. We didn't really touch C#. We might have a little, but I don't remember it at this point. And I don't remember really anything about it at all. I know that I tried, the last thing I really remember was something about strings and trying to make a little RPG about it, but like I literally only knew strings, so it was like just me abusing strings entirely because it's all I knew how to do. It was fine, but you know, it wasn't that good. I want to take another look at this. Yeah, from a low perspective, this is looking pretty nice. Yeah, I would love to learn coding again, and basically my plan, because I want to make video games really bad, and making that little game jam game was like enough for me to be like, wow, I guess I can make games. And it's not even just like, oh, I learned everything I need to possibly know to make games. It was more so with the Narrat engine specifically, because that was for the engine, that jam was for that engine. And again, if anyone's watching and wants to check out a very easy game engine to make kind of like like visual text RPGs, definitely check out Narrat. Like, I don't know how to describe it anymore, but it is such a good engine. I saw it like not long after I played Disco Elysium and was like, oh, this is exactly what I want, because I want to make a game. Like, I like the idea of making a game inspired by Disco Elysium, and the format is literally exactly that. And it's getting some special capabilities too that are kind of different. But yeah, in general, fantastic engine, very easy to use. The fact that I was able to learn it and kind of remember most of it is surprising. It's just very easy to understand, because it's not that it's not even like coding, but its language, the way that it handles things, is super easy to grasp as someone who doesn't remember code very well. But doing that was like, you know, it was just that moment of being like, oh, I can, as a normal person who doesn't know things, actually make video games. It just felt so out of reach, especially with my issues of learning. But I should probably start lighting this place up. And get more torches. For some reason, I was just like out of coal at one point, which is like stupid because I have so much stuff. It's kind of just like you kind of forget to go mining sometimes. Then you realize like, oh god, for some reason I'm poor. I should probably go check actually if I have any torches, which I realize I need to start doing like 2 blocks up in certain areas, because it gets kind of steep, and that's kind of why it looks like it's not going to reach the top. Did I make torches? Got 19, so I'll just put that there. But yeah, there's like something nice about like when you kind of think that you can't do something, and then you kind of get a taste of like, oh, I can do this thing actually. And that's kind of what it's felt like recently with the video game stuff. It's kind of just a matter of coming to think about how to tackle this stuff so I don't burn myself out and kind of just like, you know, not make things, which I am kind of in a bit of I'm in a weird place where I don't really feel like I'm burnt out necessarily. It's actually kind of more just that I feel like I have too much I want to do and I can't figure out how to do it. I gotta figure out how to keep this realistic with the too tall stuff, with the too tall parts, but also make sure I can, you know, get up. Yeah, I'll have to see how that goes, because this is kind of where I need to start going up too high. Huh. Getting a little stumped on this one now. But yeah, so it's kind of a matter of like making sure I balance my creative energy right now, because I've been drawing a lot. I've been writing a decent amount, and I'm also writing that video essay that I think I mentioned when I did my casual stream of Lisa. Man, I don't think I need to ask people for diorite anymore. One. For now. We'll have to find out if I end up needing more. But I have a ton of diorite that's not even in this chest right now. I think this is everything from when I took down that bridge. So, but yeah, when I think I might have said it when I was doing the Lisa stream, where I was talking about how I do I have like a video essay that I'm working on, because that's what's been taking up a lot of my time, even though I mean all of it's kind of taking up my time right now. So but I've been chipping away at that for a couple weeks now, and yeah, it's definitely up there because I have to write the entire essay, and then I also got to edit the video, but I'm not done with the essay. The essay itself right now is about 11,000 words, and it's only going to get longer, but it should be done soon. At least, you know, the essay part should be done soon. Because I kind of on the last, like, topic of the essay. So I just, like, I basically have one large, like, it's split up into multiple parts. There's the summary of the game's plot line, and then there is the analysis itself. So the analysis part itself is where, like, well, the summary part is actually really long too. So it's all pretty long. But the summary, because I summarize the base games by themselves, and then I also summarize the new content alongside it, but separately. And then after the gigantic summary of the game is where the gigantic analysis takes place. I don't really know which part's longer. I'll have to check. But yeah, and so that happens. I don't know why I thought I saw a mob in there again. Yeah, and so, like, I think there's technically 3 sections of the analysis, but it's kind of actually more like 4. It's just that I put 2 of them together because they're similar ideas, I guess. And so yeah, there's 4 parts, and they are all very, very long, and they the last part is almost done. So here's to hoping I finish that up. It's kind of funny, but I don't know if I would say I'm getting burned out on the essay specifically. But the last passage is supposed to be positive. Like, the entire video is really negative. It's talking about really hard topics. And the last passage is supposed to be hopeful, like, oh no, I'm gonna end this on a positive note, don't worry. And I certainly can. It's just that it's, like, harder to do that because there's a lot less positive things to talk about. The game is not very positive, so yeah, that part's actually been hard. But yeah, regardless, I'm really hoping I'll finish that soon, because obviously I want to work on the actual video part, not just the writing. And yeah, so yeah, I've been working on that a lot. I'm mostly caught up on how I want to edit the video, because I want it to look cool. I don't want it to just be a long video essay, you know? I feel like that's one of my pet peeves with some video essays, is when they are, like, when they're, like, long, but there's nothing interesting going on the screen. You know? Like, a lot of video essays, especially for video games, people can just, like, record their audio and throw it down on top of a ton of gameplay footage, which is not something I like watching. Like, I even just, like, give me some text on screen of your subtitles or whatever, and I'll be a little bit more visually interested in your video, you know? That's like one of my issues with video essays, and I don't want to fall into that problem. I want to make it actually be interesting, have some cool editing and stuff, because I feel like I just never take enough time on my videos. I don't like, I always have cool ideas, but then I just never, then I just like don't really like sit down and take my time to do them. Um, like my, uh, most of my videos have been, what have they been? I don't even know. Can't remember what I've been posting on my channel. Yeah, my last edited video was the SMP analysis whatever video, which I said on my channel not getting a lot of attention for a while here. But and I quite liked it, which is a shame. Just in the sense that it was kind of the first video I really tried to focus on editing again after not making yeah, it had been like a couple months between that and my last video, which I think I think in between that time I made some of those other video essays, but I can't really remember, or quote unquote essays. I've unlisted like all of those except for the indie web video, I think. Kind of just doing this mindlessly, so I hope this looks good. I cannot tell because of the snow. Um but yeah, man, the video essay stuff. I'm always so conflicted about video essays in terms of making them myself. Well, it's looking pretty seamless. So, that's pretty good. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Yeah, the video essay stuff, man. I don't even know what I'm doing with my YouTube channel. I never do. I've talked about it multiple times on my Minecraft streams that I have like a lot of conflict on what my YouTube channel is supposed to be. And I know I really shouldn't get caught up in the whole like supposed to be, because it should be whatever I want it to be. And like in theory, it is kind of that, but also not really. It's mostly just like the effort of making videos. It's something that I want to get into because I like the idea of having all these cool ideas for editing that I can put into my videos, but the energy sometimes just fails to be there when I actually make the videos, and so then I kind of don't feel like I achieved what I wanted to achieve with the editing and all that I had in mind. I would love if it was not snowing right now, because I can't see anything. But yeah, like, so that's kind of the one issue is just like the video essay stuff. It's like I kind of started that when I was watching a lot of video essays, and I like video essays, though I am very picky about them, like I mentioned. Video essays have become like a thing that, like, okay, I don't know how to say it because I don't want to like point out certain people, because I don't really have certain people to point out necessarily. But like basically, video essays kind of became like a thing that a lot of people just started doing without, I think, having any idea what a video essay is, or like what a good one is. I saw someone say this that I definitely agree with, is that like a video essay is not you like saying like a video essay that's like analysis of this thing, and then the video is just like a summary of the thing and not actually an analysis. That's something. That's something that I feel like happens a lot, where someone is like apparently making an analysis of a thing, but they basically didn't, because it was just a summary of the thing. Kind of like adding blocks here that probably doesn't matter because no one's going to notice it, but yeah, that's just like one of those things. It's like people making an analysis when it's not actually an analysis. The one thing that I hate the most is that like they're like, I wouldn't call them essays, but people often group them up in the same place. Is like a video that seems like it could be a very interesting topic, and it's like, you know, a quote unquote video essay in the sense that they're just like, you know, talking about the thing and they wrote about it. But then it's like 7 minutes. And that isn't really a critique of it not being a video essay. It's just more like, well, this could have been really interesting and it sounds interesting, but I don't really want to watch 7 minutes for someone to just tell me a few sentences on this topic. You know, I actually would like to see like a deeper discussion of it instead of just like, you know, 7 minutes of someone talking about it, because I don't feel like a lot of the time I don't think you can even get across the idea. And it's like, and that's also in the vein of making short, easy to consume content for YouTube, because that's what we do nowadays. It wants to be easy to consume and very short. Which, you know, it is interesting how we face that issue right now while also having video essayists, essay YouTubers who actually are making getting a lot of attention for their stuff. I don't know how that works. I mean, Quentin Reviews is a very obvious example of that. His videos are super, super long. And and yet he gets like he's got millions of views on his videos, which is just crazy. Oof, this is not gonna reach. I gotta do something about that. I feel like I should maybe start working from the top to the bottom. I don't even have like a proper staircase thing starting here. I don't want it to just be like one series of blocks that ends up being my my staircase. Okay, let's try to fix this. As much as I don't want to go just like one block by one block down, it might be my best option to get this laid out properly. Yeah, I'm already like going way over. I'm already going like way over the thing that I had planned. That's a shame. Kind of just wasted a ton of dirt. It was looking nice, but that's not gonna work. But yeah, like video essays are certainly an interesting thing to get into for YouTube, and I think as much as I also am passionate about the idea of making more video essays, it's one of those things that, like, you know, how likely is it for any of my videos to catch on? Because there's so many people making video essays these days. You just like, you know, how likely is it? And it's like, I might think I have a very interesting thing to talk about, but do other people find that interesting? So yeah, that's always the conflict there, is trying to figure out the best way to do it. And like, sure, I'll do it because I'm having fun, I guess, but it's also, again, it's just like a ton of work to even do it. So that's kind of why it's, you know, it's not wrong to want to have payoff. It's not wrong to want it to be viewed, because when you work on like a 3-hour long video, it kind of feels bad when nobody watches it. So that's not that's a okay feeling to have. It's valid. This is not the direction I wanted to go. I am just following. Oh, it's nighttime. I can sleep. Please go away, snow, please. Yeah, like I don't think much of anyone saw it, because I had it up for a little bit and then I unlisted it not long after. I had like a short video essay that was related to Disco Elysium, which I had like 2 Disco Elysium video essay ideas. I think one I even have like the script done, but I just never did it. I think I might have posted it like on my website, maybe in some form, I don't know. But I played Disco Elysium, and that game has there's a lot to talk about with that game for sure. And I really liked the game like a lot, and it definitely inspired me enough to make me be like, I want to talk about this game, which I think is how it tends to go, is like I'll be like, man, I really want to talk about this game because I love it so much, and I also think I have things to say about it that other people haven't said, which is kind of the big one. The idea that I have things to say that other people haven't said is kind of the driving point for video essays, I think, for me. And and so yeah, like that was the thing, is I wanted to make video essays for that game, and I made one. I didn't unlist it because no one was watching it. I unlisted it just because I wasn't super happy with the video itself, and yeah, I'm gonna have to start coming out. I might be able to keep this low as long as I have a good pathway up to the rest of this. But it was not too long. I think it was almost 15 minutes, which, yeah, when I talk about short video essays, that one did come out kind of short, at least in my opinion. I do hate the videos that are like under 10 minutes though. Those are the worst to me. But it was 15 minutes, and I remember I hadn't done a lot of streaming by that point either, so I don't feel like my commentary voice was that good. But yeah, I did that, and I didn't like it because, for one, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with the editing, and because of that, I just kind of like, I was sitting there in the editing phase, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And so it just felt kind of like lifeless. It just felt like I was on autopilot doing a thing that was kind of boring. And the essay itself, I think, like, when I got to the conclusion point, I didn't really know what I wanted to say. And I think that's also a problem with the essays, is you kind of want to know the entirety of what you're saying and going to write, like, properly, you know, the introduction and then the conclusion. Kind of need to know where you're going in order to get that right. And you can't if you don't know entirely what your point is. I had like an interesting thing to say, but I didn't really know what my point was. And so I just kind of just felt like not like a great conclusion to a video. And the other idea that I had for an essay was good, but it was also like a subject I didn't know people would actually take it properly. So I was also just kind of unsure about making that at all because of the fact that it was kind of a sensitive topic about suicide in the game, which I liked what I was thinking about saying, but again, sensitive topics and all, and the title, as much as I liked the title because it was really harsh, I was, again, afraid that people may not take it very well. But regardless, yeah, I just unlisted that video in the end because I just didn't really care for it. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing at this point with this thing, because I need to give it a proper layers so that I can get up there. This isn't too bad though. But the other thing about video essays that I didn't really realize until I had done that first one about Disco Elysium and then started doing this new one, is how long the essays really need to be in order to be a long video essay at all. Like, it might seem obvious, oh, you're writing an essay. Essays are pretty long. But, like, I obviously come from a school setting where I was not good at school, and I was not taking super advanced classes and writing the most insane essays when the teacher asked for, like, an essay. I didn't go to college to write essays or something. So to me, you know, I've written some pretty long analyses or whatever on my own, but I don't really think about how long they are. And like, you know, I've written some, like, recently I've written some posts about Lisa, and those kind of essay things kind of they've gotten to be like a couple thousand words, which, you know, is like when you look at like Tumblr post or something, because I'm just rambling on Tumblr, it's like, oh yeah, that's pretty long. But for an essay, that's not super long. uh, and so like I was writing this and I was like, okay, well, how long was my last video essay, the Disco Elysium one? Because it'll only ended up being like 12 minutes, even though I felt like it was pretty long. And then I realized it was only 3,000 words or so. It might have been more like 5,000. Um, but that was it. Like, it ended up being that long, and I was like, oh, okay. I guess it definitely has to be longer than that. Of course, the pacing of your own speech matters as well. But yeah, and so I was like, huh, I wonder how long my video essay is going to be. I kind of wanted to make sure it was going to be long, you know, because I didn't want it to feel like a waste with all the writing and stuff I'd have to do. Um, since even looking all right, I feel like I'm kind of following a not very natural pattern now, the um just to make the staircase feeling. Um, but yeah, so I wanted to make sure this was long, which like I don't want to force it to be long, you know. But I was like, okay, I have to really lay out properly what exactly I'm going to tackle and how I'm going to write it and where I'm going to put it. Um, so this was like a really planned out essay instead, which I think I really need to do because it is actually very long already. As I mentioned, it's currently 11,000 words, which is honestly probably the longest analysis of anything I've ever written because I'm properly trying to get this written in a way that will actually be an essay that's long. Um, and which makes me wonder makes me wonder how long the scripts are for someone like Quentin reviews because oh man, God, those are some long videos. And I don't think I'd want to ever make a video that long just for like my own sanity. Like I would not want to record like 9 hours of me talking. Like my throat would not be happy with it. And of course, in his case, he does real footage of himself, which helps with figuring out what you need to put on screen. Because I don't know what I'd do with editing if I did not have my face or something to fill up the screen. Um, jeez. But yeah, so like I even did like a test recording of my essay just to be like, I wonder if I can record this real fast and just, you know, see how long it ends up being for just a quick test recording. And it ended up being like this was when I was only at like I don't know, I want to say like I don't remember exactly how long because it didn't feel that much longer than I think my Disco Elysium one must have been 3,000 words because I think I read mine around 6,000 and it ended up being almost like 45 minutes. Um, and so considering I doubled that since my last recording, um, I have to hope that it'll be well over an hour. Uh, I just want it to be long. I want it to be long so that people are like, oh wow, this person talks a lot about this thing. I wonder what they have to say about it. Because I'm very passionate about that game, much like I was with Disco Elysium. But I just don't have the time or energy to go back and try to like reanalyze Disco Elysium just to make a video essay out of it. Um, you know, you get hyper focused sometimes, and I kind of lost my hyper focus, which hyper focus doesn't mean my enjoyment or like or dislike. It just means that I've no longer hyper focused and able to just churn out content regarding it. Um, yeah, that's I mean that's a really long tangent about video essays. How long have I been going at this point? Because it's like almost 2 p.m. for me. It's been about 2 hours. I don't want to be on forever because I have other things to do. And like I said, I was gonna maybe do like another stream later. It's kind of up in the air right now because my throat's a little sore still. Probably not helped by me talking for 2 hours. Um, Let's see. I'm gonna fly up and take a look. Might be kind of hard to tell with the dark, but it's not connected like at all, but it actually looks pretty good. I wish it was connected, but it's not. Still got it's kind of like an optical illusion from perspective. It looks like it's connected. But that's not looking too bad. I was kind of worried like it would start looking a little bit too samey when I started going down from here, but having some spots like this that are 2 blocks tall helps for sure. I might try and make like an actual path with like the maybe with some stone. I don't know. We'll see. But having an obvious path might be nice. I could put some slabs down to make me not have to jump the entire time. Okay. In terms of other streams also, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to stream Minecraft anytime soon again. I just want to kind of maybe take my own time for it. I might actually be back to playing Lisa again just for footage, which my last stream I felt stupid because I died like so easily. So easily. And I got kind of lost. I kind of lost my direction. And that's mostly because during Minecraft, I can kind of talk about whatever I want with doing mindless activities like putting dirt down, and it's not really a problem. But I realize often with other games that are not like mindless things like this, that if I start talking about stuff like too much, and I'm no longer like talking about what I'm doing in the game, then I lose focus and I suddenly am not playing the game very well. Because I just like I'm not thinking about the game in front of me, you know? I'm expecting to just mindlessly go about the game, but I can't really do that with a game like Lisa. And way back when I streamed like Half-Life and like Black Mesa. I don't remember if I did the first Half-Life, but I know I did Black Mesa. That was I was not really a stream I enjoyed because it was linear and I didn't really know how to commentate about the game back then, and so I felt kind of awkward with those streams. I don't know if I still have them. I thought I maybe uploaded them to my channel. I can't remember though. But I didn't like doing that stream because I just felt like I didn't know what I was doing and was very lost. And the same, even though I've played Lisa like 5 times at this point, I kind of get lost in it still when I go back to play it. Like those the crossroads where you have like multiple entrances you can go through. I kind of forget which one is which, anyways, and which one is for certain moments of the game. so, so that's kind of what was happening. I was getting lost because I just didn't remember which passage went to which place, and I picked the hard one by accident, and I didn't really think about it, and then I died. So that's kind of what the problem was there. And so when I do play it next, I'm probably gonna just pull up a guide alongside me because I will just forget what I'm doing entirely, and I don't want that to happen if I stream it again because it makes me look dumb. But I do want to play that again just because I want to get footage. It's good motivation because I played that game so many times. I kind of don't want to get bored of it. I also am planning to try and get like all the companions that I can, specifically for their campfire scenes, but we'll see if that happens. Let me take a look at this again. What? Oh, they just came out of nowhere. I love how they just really just spawn there. Just out of nowhere, they just show up and it's snowing again. I don't think this guy has anything that I want, but uh coral. Die. Yeah. Um, but yeah, so I would like to stream that game again. Just something not Minecraft. I don't have a lot of things I want to stream necessarily, uh and there might be some people who have looked at my channel and also maybe remember me um having like one stream of Sonic Forces, which was actually a replay of the game, which I think didn't really help with whether or not I was going to continue it, because Sonic Forces is a very linear game. It is just a linear game, and there's nothing different to do in a let's play of it. So, um, so that wasn't really going to last, I don't think. Of course, there is new Sonic Forces coming out, or Frontiers. Jesus, I'm saying Forces, aren't I? Frontiers, Frontier, Frontiers. Yeah, Frontiers. Um, there's new DLC coming out for that, which I'm not gonna stream because I don't like streaming stuff that's new blindly on a stream, because I just like having my own time to myself. Um, but that should be fun. I am losing my way with the staircase again. I got some kind of staircase going. It probably doesn't need to be like the entire thing, you know, because that would be kind of, it would make it look too samey. Problem with linear games is the fact that it isn't likely I'll play them more than once, because I'm just not the kind of person to replay games unless there's really different things to do. And I know that might be a shock because I played Lisa so many times, but I just actually really, really like that game so much that I'm just so hyper focused on it right now. That my brain doesn't care. There's like a few different things to see, but it's not that much. I think I came across pretty much all of it when I first, or my second playthrough, I think. This is going fine. Kind of at a point now where I'm just trying to figure out what to do with this side of the dirt. The one game that could be really fun to stream, but I don't think I will, is Baldur's Gate, because I'm really playing a lot of that right now. However, it is taking me a long ass time, which it's taking me longer than normal, I think, because I've been doing so much stuff of backtracking. It's kind of ridiculous. And it's kind of my own fault, but also kind of just my own confusion with the game. It's fun, but oh my god. I'm not going to make this a rant video suddenly, but the game is kind of like, the game is good. It's a really good game. It does what it says it's doing, what they said it would do, despite some promises being broken. But the game is a freaking mess. Like, I don't know why I don't see more people complain about this. I've seen some people be like, oh, this game's really buggy, but 10 out of 10. Guys, I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm surprised that I just haven't stopped playing. I'm close. I've been very close to just not playing multiple times, and I have just stopped playing a lot. But oh my god, that game is a mess. Like, I am very incredibly disappointed that they even considered releasing it in the state that it's in. I don't know what they did during early access, but it was definitely not focusing on bugs or even like dialogue that people found confusing. Like, I don't know what they were doing during early access, but it wasn't doing anything that helped its launch. Like, that sounds really, really mean, but I will not stop criticizing exactly how terrible this launch was. As much as the game is good, like itself, the game itself is good. Man. Stop moving. Cool. Free leads. But yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying that game, having a good time. But oof, ouch. I'm quite worried about how they're going to handle releasing the cut content that they said that they would release. Because it's like, oh god, is this going to be like a DLC situation where they find more and more cut content, and then they're like, oh, we'll release it as a DLC? I don't know. I am starting to run out of dirt, which might be where I stop the stream. But yeah, good game. Just holy crap. Not a fan of how the studio handles things, that's for sure. Which means that I don't think I'd actually want to ever buy one of their games at all, maybe ever again, or not on release, that's for sure. Honestly, I feel like if you are going to play this game, if you want this game and you think you'll enjoy it, I'm going to tell you right now, don't buy it for like another, I don't know, 6 months or something. They have a lot of things that they gotta fix. And like, okay, I said I wasn't gonna make this into like a rant video, but I kind of am just for a moment. But it's not even just the bugs; it's the fact that they've changed dialogue after complaints. Like that's just kind of ridiculous to me. That they are changing dialogue and story elements after the game is released. Like I don't know, that's so insane to me. Like again, what were you doing during early access? What were you doing? Were you not dealing with these problems? It's kind of frustrating, but yeah, there's a lot that I can criticize about that game. That's one of those things that I'm like, oh, I should make a video essay about this because I'm so passionate about it, and the fact that I just haven't seen much of anyone talking about it at all because I just see so much praise for this game is like making me like mad. Because I don't understand why I don't see people talking about this, but I'm not going to do that. I'm making a rant video about this game. No matter how much I'm going to say in like a video, like, guys, I love this game. I love this game. I'm not hating on the game itself, like, as a mechanical, like, concept, how it kind of played it out sort of deal. It doesn't matter if like, people see any kind of critique about that game, I'm going to get mauled for it, so there's no way I'd ever make a video essay about how bad a game is or anything is. You're just asking for problems. I see some dark up there. I'm gonna go and fix that. Kind of surprised I haven't seen any mobs spawn up here, but hey, look, I think we finished this. It doesn't look too bad. I want it to be daytime so I can look at it again. I kind of wish the snow wasn't here because the snow kind of makes it all blend really, really easily and you can't see the edges of the blocks as well. There's probably some patches here I can smooth out when I start kind of walking around again. Let's go all the way up here and maybe just take a look. Yeah, that looks good actually. Once all the grass grows back, it'll look better, I think. Yeah. I know this is not like a crazy exciting technically anniversary stream, but again, I don't consider this like the big anniversary because nobody joined. Nobody joined at this point. So, you know, it wasn't that crazy, but yeah, I mean, can't believe it's been a year still. Where are my shaders? Get a nice shaders on for a moment. Take some pictures. If it loads, might be crashing. Don't crash. Okay. Yeah, we'll use that one still. But yeah, it's insane that it's been a year. Like, oof, my frame's dropping a little. Yeah, it's crazy that it's been a year because, like, I don't know. It's like I opened up this server not really thinking I was going to do much with it. or at the very least, I didn't even think I'd have it for like a year. Um, but here we are, got a whole year of the server being up, and it's not like my server's, it's not like I'm looking to have a server that's like crazy popular or something. I didn't make the server expecting to get like hundreds of people on it or something like that. It's just like, I just wanted to make a server fun and just see what happens. Um, we aren't like the most crazy active server or something. Life happens, and this is a chill server. I don't need it to be anything more. I think that's something that needs to be appreciated. You know, as part of as much as my perfectionist, controlling brain is like, oh, it'd be so cool if this just like blew up and I had so much going on. But let's be real, that would not be fun. I don't think if that was to happen, I'd be like, oh no, this sucks. um, so that's not what you need in a server like this. That's just me and some friends, and even more so, being able to make more friends through the server is something. I think that was kind of always my intention, was just like I wanted to have a place that I could, um, you know, try and connect with people I maybe didn't know as well, and then could just get to know or like find more of a community or whatever. That was always kind of the point of making this. So it's nice that it's been around for a year, and the fact that there are people who have been here for an entire year as well. It's kind of just crazy. So yeah, I think that's kind of all I can figure how to say. And I will see everyone again for the technically next first year anniversary of when people joined the server. Um and and hopefully we'll have something a bit more proper for that one, and maybe a proper tour and all that. So so yeah, this will be the end of this stream, and I may or may not stream again. I may or may not stream again tonight. It's hard to say because I just streamed for over 2 hours. So, but thank you for watching, and I appreciate anyone who stopped by and has seen this server for as long as a year. It means a lot to me, and hopefully it will keep going from here onward for another year. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.